In this week's Bleach, Gazen gets ready to fight.
Fuck no! No way! That's like crazy shit you're talking right there, King.
Bleach chapter 656, God of Thunder, picks up with Thor laughing away as his gigantic self is smashing up more of the palace.
Run! It's Godzilla!
Cut to Gazen, who notices Thor has released his power but mocks the fact that he's probably too stupid to realize that Lille has been defeated.
Oh jeez, that's terrible!
He says that Night Owl was the first to receive a letter and obvious leader of the elite guard. However, Pernita and Thor were Quincy's who always had their powers and were only given letters to recognize their abilities. It was rumored that Pernita was actually the Soul King's left hand.
That's a damn lie.
The other rumor was that Thor was the Soul King's heart.
Well, now we're getting into some deep shit. I don't know if I'm ready for that. Also, what? What?
He's telling all this to fallen Ichigo. Ladies and gentlemen, our main character.
Wake up, idiot!
Oh good, Orihime and Chad come to help. Ichigo tries to tell them to stay back, but Chad plans his attack anyway.
I love this plan! I'm excited to be a part of it!
He then hits the ground, which is then engulfed in a dark mass surrounding him and Orihime.
I made a mistake.
Gazen tells them they have stepped into his poison pool. It's not exactly lethal, but he can lower resistance of anything he chooses for those inside its radius.
Did I not clearly explain the circle of trust to you?
This time he has used a lethal dose of reishi to poison them. He would use blood, but he has to take in a great amount of what he wants to manipulate. But right now his stomach is full from too many fancy coffees.
I'm fat as
A certain someone catches him by surprise, saying his ability could allow him to just strangle his opponent while he can. Who could it be?
I was in the neighborhood.
Yoruichi dodges Gazen's kick and wants to know if he really thinks his opponents are that much beneath him. He says he prefers to kill with elegance. Strangling is more suited for women like her.
Well, now you're getting sassy with me. That's gonna be 2 kisses now. See what happens when you sass me?
She sees he's trying to make a point of how the beautiful do things, and she unveils her Shunko.
Don't you know I'm electro?
Gazen is unimpressed and says a woman's value isn't her superficial qualities, but in her style and presentation.
P.S. This is the best your hair has ever looked.
Gazen fires 2 arrows, but Yoruichi grabs them easily barehanded.
I like fighting girls.
I like to punt cowboys.
She throws an arrow back, hitting Gazen right in the shoulder. She says he seems like an interesting guy, but they're in a bit of a hurry.
I'd love to stay and chat, but you're a total bitch.
She then reveals Shunko Raijin Senki.
And now for the weather.
Thunder! Thunder! Thunder!
She unleashes a massive attack, leaving Gazen thunderstruck.
Even the laugh track didn't think that was funny.
Pretty good chapter this week. I was surprised we bounced to another fight so quickly after Thor destroyed everybody. Speaking of him, let's talk about the rumor about his real identity. Gazen said he might be the heart of the Soul King. How is that even possible? First we got the arms, and then we figured there were legs of the Soul King running around, no pun intended. But now there's a heart. I guess creating miracles would relate to the heart of the god figure of this universe. These parts of the Soul King need a huge explanation as to how they were given physical form and why some of them joined Bach. Next thing you're gonna tell me is Gremmy was the brain of the Soul King.
You serious?
Now we've got Yoruichi versus Gazen. This clearly isn't the end of Gazen, who will go Volstandic and show off a more threatening boost to his lethal dose ability, but I have a feeling Soifon and Yoruichi's little brother Yushiro will show up to help. Yushiro did bring the sacred armor, so I'll bet that comes into play in beating Gazen. Hopefully Ichigo can get back on his feet too and help kill him, cause it's a fucking shame he went down off screen. He hasn't had a decent fight in ages. Give a battle to him, for crying out loud. He's allowed to fight someone who isn't named Bach.
Okay, this is the real me. Not this. This! Not this. Winner, loser.
So I'll give this chapter an 8.5 out of 10. Thor may be the heart of the Soul King, Gazen has taken out Ichigo, Orihime, and Chad, but Yoruichi is kicking his ass in her new Shunko. For my question of the week, any guesses on who or what may be other parts of the Soul King? Favorite comments always featured in the next review. Here are last week's winners. That does it for me. Remember to comment, like, subscribe, and follow me on Twitter. I'll be back next week with more death dealing. Peace.